I wrote the book and developed The Millionaire Satanist in 2013 because after many years of achieving success in my own life, I decided to share the practical concepts that have worked for me time and time again with those who have the ambition, will, and intellect to achieve their desires. The culmination or review of the material in The Millionaire Satanist is represented in the 13 Satanic Rules of Business. These rules are the foundation on which my success, and with some work, your success, can be achieved. This 13-part video series discusses the 13 rules and how you can apply them to your benefit. Today, or in this video rather, as well, we're going to be looking at rule number 5. And rule number 5 is, to be successful in life, you must be independent, organized, self-reliant, and persistent. One of the major mistakes a lot of people make is they confuse independence with isolation. They believe that independence through isolating themselves is a demonstration and manifestation of strength, when in reality they are neither controlling, manipulating, or playing this game we know as life because they've withdrawn from it. If you aren't controlling, manipulating, or playing the game, how will you ever succeed at it? In order to advance, to increase your personal assets, it is necessary to interact with your external environment and those in it. Whether it be money, knowledge, or an opportunity, someone in your external environment has it, but you won't get any of it by confusing independence as isolation. An alpha wolf is just an ordinary wolf if they have little or no connection to a pack. True independence is the ability to take control of your life and situations as they present themselves. It doesn't mean you have to have the answer or all the answers to the problems in your life. What it does mean, though, is that you have a logical system to deal with and manage your life, situations, and the associated problems that crop up. You don't have to have all the answers, but you should have a general idea of where to look for and find them. In the previous videos and exercises, you had the opportunity to know your strengths, weaknesses, limitations, and the external forces that influence you getting to where you want to be, such as the law. As well, you identified some of the things you can work on to improve yourself. All of these factors are the foundation to becoming independent and taking control of your life. In knowing yourself and your situation, you are less likely to be misled or be at the mercy of a benefactor. Being independent is a state of being where you can continue to pursue your goals and life without the direct help of others. However, their help, when provided, can decrease the time required to achieve some of your goals, but without their help, your goal may still be achieved. This is the goal of self-reliance. When you are fully aware of your own limitations, personally and situationally, you have a clearer view of what you have, the assets you already have in order to pursue your goals, and to do what you want. Mind you, what you have may not be perfect or ideal, but you don't need to be perfect to pursue your desires. If you're waiting for the perfect time, the perfect opportunity, or to have the perfect equipment to do what you want, it may not come. It may never come. Don't be one of those people that uses excuses like, if I only had a decent camera, I could do a video. Do you have a video camera on your phone or computer? Use it and prove what you're worth. Or, if I only had a decent computer, I could write my book. Use the computer you have. Use the note feature on your phone or tablet. Do it old school and use a pen with a paper journal. Get those ideas permanently recorded. Do it and prove that you are unstoppable. Don't go out on social media asking someone to fund your dream unless you're going to give back something of value in return directly to those who contribute. Losers do that, and you know you are not a loser. To be clear, no one is going to be as dedicated to your goal, your life, and your dream as much as you are. You are the only one capable of doing this and getting what you really want. The road will be lonely and rough, but only you can travel it motivated by your goal and knowing if you keep on going where the road ends, you will have reached where you need to be. This is what independence is all about. This is what it means to be a leader, an alpha. Being independent means being an influencer in your world by being who you are, not by blending in, following the herd, or putting the responsibility of your success on someone else. So is one of the reasons you can't get anything done is because you just have no time? There's a saying, if you have no time, you have no priorities. What this really means is that you're missing out on many of the important things, the things that matter in your life, because you're too busy to notice or enjoy them. Being able to prioritize the things to do or tasks that you're faced with on a daily basis is critical to having the time to lead a productive and stressful life, or rather stress-free life, I should say. Here's how I organize the order of and what I need to do each day. High priority or urgent tasks are the ones that must be taken care of or have a due date within the next 36 hours, a day and a half. Important or necessary priority tasks are the ones that can be taken care of or have a due date in the next 37 to 72 hours, a day and a half to 3 days. Medium priority tasks are ones that can be taken care of or have a due date within 73 to 120 hours, which is about 3 to 5 days. And low priority tasks are the ones that can be taken care of or have due dates in 5 days or more. You may use my system as a guideline to get you started on organizing your time and priorities. It is important to note as each day passes, tasks that aren't completed get carried over to the next day. And because life doesn't stand still as you go through your week, a low priority task will move itself up to become a medium priority and onto an important or necessary task item. Using my system doesn't mean the first item in is the first item done, or last item in is the last item out, because the entire system is run on assigning priority order based on due dates, or when it has to be completed. In the downloadable worksheet that accompanies this video, you will get a priority matrix that will make my system clearer and help you to customize my system for your own situation. The idea of multitasking, a word that gained popularity when the first personal computer came out around 1975, is one of the most misused and misunderstood words by non-technical and pseudo-technical people. Because a computer can do many tasks quite quickly, it gives the impression that it's doing these tasks all at once, multitasking. However, it's an illusion created by the computer's ability to quickly switch between single tasks within fractions of a second. In reality, the computer and human brain cannot multitask, but rather they switch between single task to single task, giving the impression of multitasking. Multitasking is literally a myth. If you're to be successful and take control of your life, you must be organized. Being organized requires you to know your own limitations, the resources you have available to do a task, how long or how much effort is required to do that task, and most important, how much of a priority is this task compared to the others that you have. Everyone has their own level of being organized. A rigid system of organization may work for some, but may be too restricted or impractical for others. Likewise, an organization system that is too fluid or flexible may be perfect, but others may find it doesn't cover what they need. So rather than give you a system to follow, I'm going to go over some basic tools you can try out. Incorporate them into your day and see if they work for you. Some of these tools you may have used in the past or currently use. As with anything new or that you may be revisiting, it is important to give the tool an honest trial run. The best way to do this is to use the tool for at least a 2-month trial period and then evaluate it. To be honest, I actually use a 2-month trial period for trying out and evaluating anything and everything in my business and personal life. Many outfits will offer a 1-month trial period, but independent research and even my own experience has proven that during the first month, the newness and novelty of the item is still fresh, and given the demands of life, it may not be possible to really know the nooks, crooks, and crannies of the item. So at the end of the first month, the novelty and newness factor hasn't quite worn off yet. Sellers know this and reduce their returns and money-back guarantee payouts by using this month trial. It usually isn't until the second month that you start to look at the item with an objective but critical mindset. So give these tools a real test drive for 2 months and see how they stack up. Number 1, keep a journal. We all get ideas, think of things we do or that we should do, wake up after having the most vivid dream, or just find inspiration. However, just as fast as we get these, they're forgotten forever in a matter of minutes. It's important to document and make a permanent record of these things. Many times today or in the near future, you may find these ideas and random thoughts as launch pads to opportunity in your life. Your random thoughts are important and unique to you. Don't just randomly post them on social media as some do. Organize these in a journal. Depending on what is practical, create a notes folder on your phone. Carry a small notebook and pen with you at all times. Keep a pad and a pen next to your bedside table in the kitchen, and even in the bedroom and bathroom. The most important thing is to not let your thoughts get lost forever. Always have a way to permanently record your thoughts at all times, and to record them in one single permanent place, preferably a journal for reference. This is how you begin to organize your thoughts. Number 2, let's look at calendars and schedules. Most people these days have a calendar feature. However, only about 40% of the people actually use this feature on their phones, and those that do, only 30% diligently update their calendars more than twice a week. During the holidays, people get calendars and diaries from their bank, insurance and estate agents, mechanics, and many others. Yet, these are also underutilized. With so many places to put important ideas, meetings, and appointments, keeping a calendar up to date can also be a time-consuming affair, if not intimidating one. In any case, you should keep a calendar if you don't already. First of all, find one calendar that you like and feel comfortable with. It could be the one on your phone, or it could be the free one from someone you do business with, or it could have been a very expensive one you treated yourself to at one point. Okay, so just find one and only one. In this calendar, you will put birthdays, anniversaries, appointments, meetings, bill payment, due dates, and any other event that requires you to do something. This calendar is your time reference. You must commit to update this as new events come to your attention or are made, and review this calendar at least once a week. Simple enough, right? Now, if you've opted to use a calendar that is not on your phone, take a photograph of the week ahead with your phone every week. Having this photograph eliminates the need to carry your physical calendar with you, and as if you are most like people, your phone is always with you. So you now have a copy of your week schedule. If you make an appointment when away from your time reference, your hard copy calendar, make a note or an entry on your phone, and be sure to amend your calendar when you get back to it, and take an updated photograph of your revised week. If your life depends that you have several non-repeating or unique events throughout the week, such as meetings, appointments, and project deadlines, a good investment is a dry erase markable 3-month calendar poster. These are available at most stationers. Place this calendar in your den, bedroom, kitchen, or office where you will see it daily. On this calendar, you will copy in the appropriate date box the one-time event, appointment, meeting, or project deadline, indicating its time and a one-line title. Okay, so you use a green marker to indicate low priority meetings and appointments, an orange marker to indicate medium priority necessary meetings and appointments, and a red marker to indicate due dates, deadlines, and high priority meetings and appointments. All this information should be already in your master time reference calendar. You must make a habit of looking at this poster when you start your day. Take a photograph with your phone of the current month section of this poster for reference while you're on the road. Be sure to check this once a day. This poster is to remind you of what you need to be aware of. To-do lists versus task lists. I think this is item number 3. Everyone is familiar with a to-do list. You know, it's kind of like a grocery list, but instead of grocery items, it has things you need to do, and usually a left-hand column with little boxes, circles, or lines where you put a check mark when you finish the item. To-do lists are perfect as a reminder to do something when you get a chance or within a fluid, not so firm completion date. They're nice if you have to be reminded to do household chores, but If you're going to do anything else beyond that, you need a task list. If you don't have an objective, a goal, you have no purpose. I know that sounds harsh, but this is reality. If you don't have either one of these, what is going to drive you to move forward? In the military, any warrior knows that a deployed unit must have a clearly defined objective. Otherwise, you will have people wandering about, not knowing what is going on, and lives will be lost unnecessarily. For you, having an objective or goal ensures your life will not be wasted or unfulfilled, nor your time specifically. Sometimes finding that objective or goal, whether short term or long term, may not be an easy thing, but if you have difficulty finding it at this moment, the best route is to go out and try new things. Experience new things, as you will be exposed to more of your world and could very well, over time, find objectives and goals that will fuel your life to another level. Excuse me. A task list, unlike a to-do list, is based on a single objective with multiple goals to reach that objective, or actually multiple steps. Let's look at a task list based on an item you might find on a household to-do list. We'll say on our household to-do list we have repair garage door. If we were to use this as our objective on our task list, we would list each step to achieve our objective of repairing the garage door, along with a specific date to have each step done by. Each step in this process represents a goal or milestone with a definite date to have it completed by. So the steps may be like examine garage door, completion date 10 July. Go to hardware store to order parts. Completion date 11 July, as the 10th was a Sunday and the store was closed. Parts ordered but won't be in for 1 week. Completion date 11 July. Pick up parts. Completion date 18 July. Install parts and test store. Completion date 19 July. Now, while this is a simple example, of course we wouldn't really use this as a task list objective. However, the whole idea is that you have a clearly defined objective and have worked out step by step what is required to achieve it with a definite and accountable timeline which will ensure your success in this endeavor. A task list is put together before you start and is based on your available resources such as the time, money, and ability you need to reach your objective. This information is used to break down all the steps required to achieve the objective, and of equal importance to estimate how many days it will take to complete each step, or hours. When estimating deadlines, it is always a good rule to factor in we'll say an additional 20% to ensure that you have enough room for contingencies, the unexpected. This 20% extra factor should also be used when estimating budgets for such things whenever possible. Trust me, you'll thank me later. As part of the downloadable exercise and worksheet package with this video, you will also receive a task list form that I use for my own projects. In the interest of being environmentally friendly and reducing clutter, I print out 9 of these, laminate them, and use fine-tip dry erase markers to plan my projects. I also use the green, orange, red marker color codes I referred to in our calendars discussion for prioritizing certain items. I then stick the laminated task list on my wall, take a photograph with my phone, and use that for running my project. After the project, I can wipe the form clean and start a new project. You can wipe the form with a dry erase marker or save yourself the expense and use a small clean microfiber cloth, baby wipe, or alcohol wipe. For those of you in the creative arts, and I know organization may not be your strongest trait, however, if you decide to use or adapt a task list system to your craft, in the preliminary stages of your work or to communicate it to clients or non-creative people, you find it may help actually in keeping some of the more mundane, less creative steps in your project in line and free your mind to focus on what you do best, and that is to create extraordinary works. Other organization tips? So far we've discussed ideas, time management, and managing your projects with a task list. I want to share with you some other ways I stay organized. When it comes to my desk and workspaces, I like to keep them clear for what I have to do. Only items I use on a daily basis get the privilege of sitting on top of my desk and workspace. That means if they are business or work-related tools or items that I don't use on a daily or weekly basis, these items end up in one of my drawers. If I haven't used an item in 2 weeks, it ends up in the second drawer. If I haven't used an item in a month or more, I evaluate it if I will ever use it. If there is a possibility, it goes in the third drawer. But if it fails this test, it either goes in storage or I get rid of it. For personal items, unless it's a rare collectible or of personal sentimental value, if it hasn't been rather used or looked at within 3 months, it is sold or disposed of. Having clutter or unnecessary items outside of the categories I've mentioned are a personal liability. When it comes to email, take a close look at your junk, spam, and inbox. Don't be negligent in unsubscribing to emails you don't feel compelled to open within 24 hours. If you don't open it, you don't need it taking your scroll time nor taking up valuable space in your email inbox or your email at large. If your business or personal interests find you seeking out or having to volunteer email to get free downloadable insider reports or surveys, get a free throwaway email account to use and save your genuine email account for the things that really matter. Just Google or Yahoo search free email account and you will have several providers to choose from. While on the subject of emails, when you check your email, do so when you can respond and deal directly with the email. All too often people waste valuable time reading an email, not being able to respond, then having to go back again to respond. Your goal should be to only read and respond to an email once, not read and then go back and respond. Another issue is what I refer to as unproductive screen time. A great amount of time is spent and wasted going back and forth checking our online accounts for the latest bulletins and communiques. However, what suffers is our ability to connect and profit from the real world. Unless your primary income is made from online sources, you owe it to yourself, your family, and your business to designate an unplugged period. My unplugged period consists of a window of not less than 12 hours per day where my phone is either on Do Not Disturb or aircraft mode. Of course, some of this period includes sleep time. But it also includes time during dinner and other time spent with family and associates. My online accounts are checked on average 3 times per day, and that's it. Just think about it. Don't let unproductive screen time create disorganization or alienation in your life. In order to succeed at anything, you must be persistent. On my website, I have a quote that says, "Remember that guy that gave up? Neither does anyone else." For the most part, people only see the end results of a person's struggle. They see them in the winner's circle, at the champion's podium. They read or hear about the local person that did good, the person who came with nothing and now has a great deal of something. The general population have absolutely no idea about the personal struggle and sacrifice a person is driven to make to earn their place, the place they deserve to be in this life. Nelson Mandela is quoted as saying, "The struggle is my life." For every person that has ever dreamed or aspired to be in a better situation than they are, the struggle is real, and the struggle is their life. It is only through persistence that they can achieve what most only talk or dream about. It's knowing that whatever you have to face, whatever you have to do to get where you want to be, this hardship and difficulty is temporary. This is the ultimate game of chicken. You know, the game of chicken. It is where two combatants face each other in a life and death situation, and whomever flinches or pulls out first loses, for they are the chicken. In order to be persistent, you must know yourself first, and not just want, but be wholly committed to what you desire. When you are committed to seeing something through, you don't say, "I will try to do this." You see, when you say try, you are actually saying subconsciously, "I really don't know if I can do this. I might be able to do it, but if I fail, well, at least I tried." If you want to try to do something major in your life, you won't get it. You don't want it that bad enough. You haven't prepared yourself with the knowledge, skill, training, nor have the experience to successfully execute. Don't waste your time. You won't be persistent and you don't have the balls to get there. In order to be successful in life in this world, you must be persistent. You must struggle in silence and in private. It is temporary, But you have to check yourself. Know yourself, your abilities and limitations. Know what exactly you want and organize yourself so that every step you make on this journey is planned, calculated, and managed. All of these things are necessary to your independence, but none of these things can be done if you isolate yourself from the world around you. This concludes our 5th video in this video series on the 13 Satanic Rules of Business. If you haven't subscribed to this series or don't want to miss a video in our series, you may subscribe by visiting www.themillionairesatanist.com. That's www.themillionairesatanist.com. Thank you for watching and for your interest.